Alright guys, here we are. Hopefully this is exactly what you guys have right now. Here, this is your new power supply or your new backup. Here is your old one. What we need you to do is take the positive and negative that were coming into the battery here and plug it into here. Then we need you to take the red and black from the output over here, the 24 volts, and feed it into the input over here so you can power this guy up. Once you guys got that powered up, get your new connector for the new power supply, wire it up like that, plug it into the bottom, and if you can, make sure that that connection is good, and also measure at the end of your wires that you got 12 volts coming out of the bottom. Okay? Once you confirm that you've got 12 volts coming out of the bottom, which
we do, I just can't make the connection. Here, hold that.
Alright, we're just having a little bit of difficulty here, but you should see 12 volts coming out of the bottom. And it's probably because we don't have a load, but you should see...
No, you got 12 volts there.
Alright, well, there you go. You see the 12 volts there?
It's just because I cut the ends off, that's why.
So now what we're going to ask you to do, you got to go to Home Depot, and we need you to get an IDC connector, okay? An IDC connector is almost like a crimp. So you're going to take the red and black, and you're going to use something similar to this, and you're going to crimp the red onto this wire and the black onto that wire. Once you make that crimp, you should be able to be getting 12 volts. You're basically running in parallel as far as we understand it, and you should be good to go. Do a double check, make sure everything is good to go. I don't know how else we can measure, but once you do have that, hopefully don't get any sparks or anything like that. At that point, this connector can come out and this box can come out, and you can put the new one in. And unfortunately, that's going to have to stay like that, but you're going to, just take some electric tape and clean it up, make sure that it's, or even some of the weatherproofing stuff if you've got something available.
And this here, all it does is just fold over and clamps. Once you get it in there, you just put your wires in there, fold it over, and clamp this down over it, and it'll push that down, and it'll pierce both wires, and that'll make your connection.
All right. So the biggest things to check are, once you got battery here, once you got this powered here. Actually, the other thing to make sure you can double check is measure that the battery's getting 13 volts or 13.9 volts coming out of the top side. Make sure you verify that you got 12 volts coming out of the bottom. This IDC connector, I don't know if it's going to be the same one, but it's going to be something similar to that you're going to find over in, hopefully over in like a Home Depot or something like that. The red from here, the red to there, the black to here, the black to there. Once that's connection,
it's going to go right in there like that. It's going to go right on here, like this wire is going to go right down in there, and then you're just going to
crimp it down.
Yeah.
Hopefully without lighting yourself on fire. But once you guys, once that crimp like that, that connection is now established with this wire, and the same is going to happen with the black wire. Once you've confirmed that that's good to go, basically this can come out of the bottom, and you should still maintain power over at your unit. And we'll actually go through it.
Here's how you just stick the one wire inside here. Again, the other one goes right around there. And then you crunch it together. And you should really use a cruncher instead of your fingers.
And if you see any sparks here, don't worry, because those sparks only happen in the lab. They won't happen out there for you guys.
Yeah, we don't really care. You see how good that worked? That was freaking great.
You got to use a pair of pliers to make that.
Yeah, a pair of pliers will probably be the best thing you're going to need in order to make that crimp.
But you get the idea, right?
Right. Okay. So once the crimp is done, pull this out. This can then come out, and at that point,
disconnect this.
You can disconnect this from here, disconnect it from there, and the 24 that was coming from this guy into there will now go into the input, and that should be it. And other than that, if you have any other questions, give us a call. But that should be it. Talk to you soon.